I just feel like I'm gonna put a vicious ass whooping on that boy, and
Man, you ain't never
after
whooped
that
nobody like that.
he'll
What
be
are you
riding off
talking
into the
about?
sunset.
Fuck you can do, huh? You can't hit.
Another body shot. Now Caleb's left. Puts Dirrell down. One punch. Good night.
Caleb Sweet Hands Plant is a boxing technician, although he is more known for his character outside the ring. He has embellished his role as a villain by doing things like trying to sucker punch opponents, starting fights outside the ring.
Caleb Plant like sucker punches my brother.
His actions make him a marketable fighter, but Caleb's true value lies in his skills as a pugilist. Caleb starts everything off with a jab, throwing it as much as possible to the head and the body. Caleb jabs with a fully extended arm, strong base, and head out of line to avoid straight hands. This allows him to come in with a strong jab or use a jab as a counterpunch. His jab mixed with feints keeps opponents distracted as he looks to implement strategy. Here we see him use a jab as a stick to keep his opponents from getting too close and to push the opponent away with it. His stick works well as a distance gauge. The distance between his glove and his opponent's face is the same small distance he must step to land a punch. Using a stick as he moves away from danger allows him to avoid incoming hooks to the head, minimizing the danger and keeping the opponent at bay. What allows Caleb to use his jab efficiently is his lateral footwork. Moving from right to left at will makes him difficult to catch. Here we see Caleb cornered, so he purposefully decides to move towards his right, anticipating that Canelo will cut off the ring with a left hook, leaving him space to escape on his left side. Caleb Plant can do this by second nature. For instance, we see how Caleb places his feet in anticipation of an incoming cutoff hook. He places his weight on the direction he is cut off of in order to prepare for possible impact or push off that foot to escape the threat. Another defensive tool Caleb uses is reaching out with both arms as he quickly glides away, creating a second layer of protection. Plant also uses his feet to set traps. Here he invites Truax to attack by squaring up his feet, only to pivot off the same foot he stepped back with to deliver a check hook. Plant's footwork can mesmerize opponents, making them forget that he can quickly go on the attack. Plant's most common trap is the jumping lead hook. To effectively perform this, Plant places most of his weight on his front foot with a slight forward lean and profiled back foot. This tell is hard to identify due to its similarity to his normal stance. Here we see Plant use a level change to make his opponent guess as to whether he will jump in with a right or left hook. Plant often uses his right hand as a throwaway punch to set up his sweet left hook. This works great as the first thing an opponent sees is the right hand from his peripheral vision. Once the opponent realizes it's a fake punch, it's a little too late. Plant also uses a level change after a jump hook to be able to assess whether he wants to step back and reset or go forward and grab his opponent. Minimizing risk is what great defensive fighters do. Plant is no different. By constantly changing levels, Plant's adversaries struggle to land shots cleanly. One moment he's eye level, the next second he's not. Plant's traditional Philly shell stance leaves very little options for opponents. While his face is exposed, he needs minimal arm or shoulder alterations to defend them. Defense creates offense, as in close quarters, his guard provides many countering opportunities. When Plant feels in danger, he will close the distance, use his hands to trap opponents' limbs, and get messy if he has to. Here we see Plant place an overhook to stop Dirrell's attack. He also frequently uses an overhook-underhook combination to limit an adversary's punching range and push off them if needed. When Plant combines his defensive prowess, his footwork, and unleashes his left hand, he is a problem. Plant's go-to hand is the left one, often throwing combinations with only his left hand. He likes to set it up with his left hook coming in exchanges, rarely using his right hand, utilizing a check left hook when opponents attack carelessly. His accuracy and explosiveness shock opponents as he does not display it too often. By throwing multiple left hands, it keeps his opponents from being able to counter with the right hand. Plant often throws a cross coming in to set up his left hook. Cross squares his hips, allowing him to generate power. Then he explodes them back into place as he throws the left hook. He sometimes uses his right hand as a distance gauge, opponents believing he is trying to find distance for his right hand when it's really for the left. Once in rhythm with his left hand, Plant will not cease from letting them fire. Caleb Plant has the fundamentals of boxing down to a T. He's not known as an offensive powerhouse, and he is criticized for it, but he sure does have the ability to showcase it when it matters most.
Steven said, you know, I'll never let a white boy beat me, but let me explain something to y'all. Skin color don't win fights. This wins fights. What's in here wins fights.